ChatGPT Plus is free for college students through May. Here's the thing. You've got a lot to do between now and then. Studying for finals, writing papers, trying to keep your life on track. And ChatGPT can help with all of it. It can quiz you for your econ exam, make a study guide from your French notes, plan out your meals and study breaks. It can get really specific on how you like to learn. It can even help you come up with ways to stop procrastinating. So from now until summer break, take advantage of all the ways ChatGPT can make your life easier. Restrictions apply.
Clorox Sentiva smells like grapefruit. Cleans like Clorox. And feels like...
Okay, we could be here all day. Try Clorox Sentiva for a trusted clean with long-lasting freshness. Also available in lavender and coconut. Use as directed.
In that cash talk, walk in the booth like Naomi on the catwalk, and tell them bitches whoop whoop from the Jaguar. It ain't even right though. Push me and I might go. She ain't getting money. I'm like, what the fuck the hype for? When them bitches bite flow, make my appetite go poof, gone, voila, magic. Looking mad good just to pull up on them rampant.
Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Immoral. I am Mecca.
And I'm Jamila.
And I have been gone for 40 days and 40 nights on Noah's Ark.
This has literally been the longest cruise I've ever experienced, and I haven't even been on it.
I just got back last night at midnight. No less. Like, we had to delay our recording time. Typically, we would be done by now. But I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be alive at that moment.
What was the actual length of the cruise?
9 or 10 days. So it really was. No, it was like, that's why it was funny, because I didn't tell anyone the length of it. I just went. And then
like, mind you, I thought we were exaggerating. We weren't.
That's why I was like, oh no, I was really gone for like 2 weeks. Everyone, like, someone said this yesterday, that they thought I had been unloading my drafts. Like, they didn't realize that this was happening. I said, when have y'all ever known me to just unload my drafts? I always post in real time. So why would you think that I would start doing that? Like, the person I were going back and forth, they were like, I don't know. I thought you had just went Hollywood and was just, I said, nah, never.
I mean, usually the cruise Wi-Fi isn't that good. So I think that's a good,
that did
interesting
happen.
assumption. That makes sense.
My views were down. I just assumed, because what would happen was the cruise Wi-Fi wasn't that good, but I did get the premium package. And then I would take all my videos during the day, like while we were on the island, because I had no service. I mean, I was in the ABC island, so I didn't have service on the islands. And then I would just upload everything at once, and it would take like all night, and I would just leave my phone. And then even like I was like this morning, I had no idea what was going on TikTok. Last time I was on TikTok, people were frying me up. And then I got back. And then I got back, and now we're full on eugenics talking points. I said, what the fuck is going on?
Bro, TikTok is so interesting, because it's like, on one day, you'll be like, you guys are a little too leftist for me. And then the next day, it's like,
what the fuck?
Trump?
Wait, no.
What the fuck are you guys on? And it'd be the same community of people. Like, how are we all everything at once and yet nothing at all? I don't know. It's I was literally such a void.
I got off the boat and I said, wait, Cowboy Carter was too far, outfit critiques, but eugenics is just enough. Oh.
You see how you guys? Okay.
Oh, and mind you, it's only been 9 days. It's been 9 days.
Like, girl, and mind you, I'm stateside watching all this happen live time. So I'm just, as jarring as it was for you to come back in 9 days and see that, it was even more jarring watching it happen live time, like watching all of the conversations switch and shift. I'm just like,
I'm so glad I didn't see it.
Let's start taking people's phones. Let's start taking those phones. I think, when I was in school and, you would get in trouble, you had to turn that phone in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start doing, y'all. Go ahead and hand it here.
Think eugenics, hand me your phone.
Go ahead and, you're done. You're done. You need to be put on punishment, and you need to be sat in some classes.
Yeah.
It's over for you, I fear.
Especially at a time where they're trying to pass eugenics type legislation. Are you guys okay? I saw you reposted. You saw Jules's video where she really, she went into, okay, now that you've said that you don't think those type of people should have babies, let's now define those type of people.
Who's next?
Let's put it into legislation and actual verbiage and see how many people it applies to. You see how slippery that slope is?
And that's all I was trying to explain to people is that, you know, y'all don't realize how your one little thing that you call an opinion can change and drastically change over time, real legislation and real things. And so I had said something along the lines in my video as, you know, when you get a blood test when you're early on in your pregnancy, which is optional, by the way, to determine certain genetic disorders, they tell you that so that you have the option to say, hey, your child could possibly have these genetic disorders. Is this something you are comfortable with proceeding with? Yes or no? And you can terminate that pregnancy. Now, imagine if the state required everybody get a blood test and said, if you've got these genetic disorders, plausible, mind you, because it's not 100% guaranteed, we gonna just go ahead and terminate all them pregnancies. Do y'all not see the difference? Like personal choice versus legislation. Personal choice versus I'm gonna tell you what you should and should not do. Yeah, guys, it's weird.
Your body, your choice until it comes to disabilities. You know what someone said in my comments? Literally like, oh, if you have kids with sickle cell, like they brought up sickle cell specifically. Did you see that? I have a cousin with sickle cell, and I will say it's not an easy disease. His parents, obviously, he's a year or two older than us. So his people didn't know, you know, like I didn't think they were that advanced with the testing when we were coming up. But
yeah,
I don't think he wants to fucking off himself. I think he likes being alive.
You know?
He's a nigga like all the other niggas, and he has a lot of girlfriends. I think he's having a good time.
It's just like, I think you guys should stop talking.
I think you guys should stop fucking. And then Jamila, what had me crying was people with sickle cell in my comments. Some girl was like, wow, imagine reading this comment as someone with sickle cell. I like being alive.
That was killing me.
I enjoy living.
I'm like, y'all don't realize y'all are talking about these people as if they are null and void and they're just like omnipresent. Bitch, they're in the comment section saying, hey, as a disabled, I'm cool. You ain't got to worry about me, babes. Like, y'all crazy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I only responded to 2 of them because, again, imagine me coming in so many days late. So I was making my videos and the comments I responded to were like amongst the first comments. I could not believe that people were going full eugenics in the comments. Like I said, oh, bitch, you're crazy. Yeah. Like you're insane. And I was just like, someone literally said, if you know your child's going to be disabled, you should eliminate the pregnancy or something along those lines. I was like, me having to wear glasses is a disability. Having to get like, what the fuck are we talking about? We don't
want to unpack because they're just like, not that any disability would make it okay, but I want y'all to understand that y'all are like blanketly saying just disability across the board.
And that's
like,
what I said in my comments.
What y'all are talking about. Like, and then they were talking about like, oh, well, you know, if you need assistance, then that's not fair to then have a baby that needs assistance. Huh? What the fuck are y'all talking about? What the fuck are we talking about, guys?
This is what y'all are saying. This is what it's giving. Can I just be honest with what it's giving? Because people have disabilities every day. Like the chances that I would have to have a baby who has to wear glasses are what at this point 50-50. I've been wearing glasses since I was in first grade. It says on my license, I cannot drive without my glasses. This is a full-on disability. And that is why glasses tend to be covered by insurance. If you have my type of vision, you have a disability. Now, am I not going to have a baby because there's a chance that my baby would have to wear glasses? It's giving when y'all don't like the way the disability looks, clock that. When it's not
acceptable disabilities,
acceptable and pleasing to your eyes, now we're telling motherfuckers they shouldn't have kids. Fuck no. Get a grip. Get a fucking grip.
Exactly. And it's like the conversation just always strays so far right,
and then it's like,
and so far to the point where it's like, never mind. I can't engage with some of y'all. We got to put some of you niggas to sleep for good.
I can't psychologize all of you guys. I simply cannot. And then this is the thing. The child is already here. Y'all are talking like.
Y'all are talking about a child that's here. We're not talking about hypotheticals. We're talking about a child that is fully formed. And then my thing is,
I thought y'all didn't like talking about babies.
Like, I care about the child. I care about the child. I care about the child. No, you don't. Because why are you in this comment section saying you wish that child was not here anymore?
Are you listening to yourself?
You don't think that's weird?
I thought I thought the children and the husbands were off limits.
I thought the children were our future.
Apparently not the disabled ones. Sad.
You guys should read. You guys should
crack a fucking book open. Okay.
But anyways, back to the cruise. I will say I do miss a cruise.
The next one, which if I'm going to invite you publicly, we're going to go for Darrington's birthday because he decided.
Okay, well, don't invite me to the 9-10 day
No. Okay. No.
I think
we
I'll
had
jump off.
So mind you, obviously, like I did have the Wi-Fi, so I was able to FaceTime. And so, Carnival has clubs and like all the stuff, and it was women and stuff. So now it's like, and he's been on a Carnival cruise with his friends. So he was like, actually, yeah, let's get this shit cracking for the birthday. I think we're going to do a 4-day to the Bahamas.
When is his birthday?
In July.
Okay.
No, it would be like the end, not during, because the beginning of July is Essence Fest.
Right.
So.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I live for a cruise. I've only been on one, but let me tell you something. Me and Jelani talk about this all the time because we were forever changed. We felt like we went on a cruise and we actually we just transcended into a different realm because of how absolutely fucking fake it was. It was so funny to us because, if you know, when you're going on a cruise, by day 2, you start to get familiar with people's faces because it's the same fucking people, right? And so you start to create characters in your head. You start to, there's drama on the cruise. There's love stories on the cruise. It's so many things happening. Baby, when we went to the club at night, which we went every night, baby. We became local celebrities on that motherfucking boat, bitch. We was teaching the locals how to do different dances and shit. We giving the DJ suggestions like, nah, nigga, play this motherfucking song. We was in that hole turning that bitch out. When we went down to karaoke, bitch, we was the stars of the show. We really turned that boat out, and I need another one. Like, I love being the cruise celebrity. It's really fun.
Now, mind you, you're on that 3-day cruise, and it's packed into 72 hours. I was on the bitch for 9 days. The level of familiarity that was happening on that goddamn boat. Then by day 3, I could shout out to everyone who let me live for the first 3 days in incognito-ness. But I did get on the cruise at a point in time where the block was super fucking hot for me. So already they coming up to me like, bitch, you look fucking cute. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Like, we in the club, they going off. Let me tell you how unchy it got on the cruise. Shout out to Chris. He's Dominican and he kind of looks like Darrington. So think about like that skin tone, light eyes, and then he had like a little fade. This old white woman was trying to fuck. And I mean fuck. Mind you, he's like Darrington's age too. He's 25. This old ass white woman, Jamila. And so the first couple of days she tried to play it cool because like you said, we were all going to the club. And Ashley and Will are older than me. They're in their, they're grown for real. So they were not going to the club. I was going to the club solo dolo every night. So I started clicking up with the young Black people on the boat. And, every night the cruise, hey, what's up, y'all? We dancing. The girls are in a group. The guys are in a group. Everyone's, that. And when I made that TikTok about these young men are on my body the first day, it was like, everyone's trying to link up with who's going to be their cruise boo. I had to play that older sister role because they was all younger. So the first couple of nights, she was trying to come over there and she was trying to give, I'm a lit white woman. I'm just trying to dance with the Black kids, da-da-da. Baby. Night 5?
Yeah, she was trying to slide him that room key.
Night 5? I'm thinking she pulls out her phone, starts taking pictures for Facebook. I'm cracking up because I said, oh, she thinks you're so cute, Chris. She wants to fuck you so bad. But I was just really trolling him. I did not know what was really going on. We go to dinner because and their family's dinner table was not too far from our dinner table at night. They come over to the table, sit down. They're like, why that lady told us the day before she got on the cruise, her divorce was finalized.
Oh!
She showed them her nudes.
Oh!
And a video of her and her ex-husband fucking.
Ow!
And mind
She
you,
said, "You want to see what I can
wait,
do?"
you know Ashley husband Will like in his 50s, right? So Chris like 25. So he looks at Will, he says, "Excuse me, sir, I'm about to say something very crazy." He's like, "I know you guys are eating. I don't want to be rude."
Was he trying to like, or he was disgusted?
No, he was, the problem was he was very much a Dominican man, so he wasn't just he didn't want to do it. He was disgusted. But something about Caribbean men, they can just give
They almost want to see
You
it.
get what you I said he Caribbean. He couldn't help it. He came to the table. Like when she came up to him that night, he looked over at me and just was like, and then he turned it on. Yeah. So it was like the whole time we're like,
was he wearing white jeans?
Oh, my Caribbean babies. They didn't. I just had to know what island. I mean, he looked like a goddamn Dominican, but his friend was from the Bahamas. And it was just like, yeah, they were he was in a white turtleneck, Chris was. And white jeans. On the cruise, okay. But we had an all-white party on the cruise. So it was appropriate.
All I knew is white jeans were going to be worn.
He had the lemon pepper steppers on,
when it comes to a Caribbean man, it's going to be tight. It's going to be white.
I had to tell. I said, Chris, you damn near looking good. Y'all looking like something in this piece tonight. All right. Yeah, I was like, I see what the old white woman was seeing. I seen it. I was like, you gonna see it through?
We're gonna take a break.
That moment when you realize your skincare is actually working. That's Rodan & Fields, the #1 female dermatologist-founded skincare brand in the U.S. Designed by 2 dermatologists who don't just know women's skin, they know how to formulate for it. Rodan & Fields, love what you see. Tap the banner or visit rodanandfields.com/Spotify to get your exclusive welcome offer.
This episode is brought to you by Principles. Are there limits to the U.S. government's debt growth? What will happen if the debts are not curtailed? What should policymakers or investors do? Those are urgent questions that legendary investor and New York Times bestselling author Ray Dalio addresses in his new book, How Countries Go Broke, The Big Cycle. The book comes out in June and is available for pre-order today, wherever books are sold.
And we're back. You know, I will say this also. Cruise bays, follow me. Very similar concept to work base.
Warehouse.
Are you catching what I'm saying?
Warehouse.
So on the cruise, everybody's go up a couple of notches. Yeah. You're in a different universe. The nigga that you think is so fly, so sexy on that cruise, I guarantee you, as soon as you step off that boat, when y'all dock to the next island, y'all be like, whoa, what the fuck? Let's get back on that boat. Because when I was on a cruise, it was this boy, mind you, I was fresh off a breakup too on that cruise, baby. I was fresh off of
you was in that Carnival Club boot up, how you be boot up in the club.
Listen, I was dancing. I was like on my, and it was crazy. I felt so bad. Like, you know, like that first person you ever talk to after a breakup, you feel so like, ooh. Girl, I was dancing on him. I said, oh my God. Mind you, he was not cute. Yeah. But, you know, cruise rules apply. He was cute for what I needed him to be for. And you know what really snapped me into action?
What?
He said, yeah, what room are you in? Wait a minute. Hey.
Yeah, no. Okay, so if you're aware of cruises, if you ever see pineapples and then they turn them upside down, So the pineapples mean
freak nasty.
Yeah, the
swingers.
pineapples mean that this is a room that's down to fuck. I think the upside down means that there's a couple and you can join.
Yes.
And I was laughing because we met these other white people from Kentucky. And that's the other thing. It's like on the cruise for the most part, except for this one weird MAGA couple. Fuck them. They were being weird the entire fucking cruise. Oh. Mind you, again, I was there for 9 days. So we basically stayed on this cruise for 6 months, right? That's what it felt like.
The cruise is no place for MAGA.
Because
Cruises are so liberal.
Racism doesn't exist on the cruise almost.
You know what I'm
white
saying?
People kind of forget, the white people forget about.
They be putting their racism to the side.
They be for them, but they'll say something that lets you know how they get down off the boat. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Immediately.
Yes.
But on that cruise, they be cool as shit. Like we were made friends with this family from Kentucky. And when I say they were so fun, and I just knew, I said, yeah, probably are hell in Kentucky, huh? But on this cruise,
I just know you voted for that man.
Yeah, yo, fuck yeah. They're all ex-military and ex-Marines and shit and cops. Mind you, okay, I'm off the boat. I feel safe saying this. You saw my TikTok, and I sent it to the group chat about the state trooper from Florida who was trying to make me his cruise bae.
Yeah.
The reason
when Mecca sent this, I didn't know what the fuck you were saying. I didn't know if you were saying you were about to get arrested on the cruise or if you were about to get fucked or both.
He was trying to do both. I was afraid of both. When I say the white woman was trying to save me, the part that I didn't say that she peeped this, shout out to her. Her husband was also a cop. And I didn't see it till he stood up. He was completely bricked up.
Just off talking to you?
I got me a little tan. I was looking cute. I had my ass out.
He had popped a Viagra. That nigga was hard all day.
I wouldn't.
Just walking around ready.
Babes, he stood up and my face dropped. Mind you, this is night one. No. It looked like
no shade. Why you bricked up and little?
No shade. Like really no shade. It was just so clearly bricked up because it was had a curve to it, obviously. Like, but it wasn't big at all. But like, listen to me. That was day one. We were on this bitch for 9 days. He didn't speak to me for the entire rest of the cruise because he knew he showed his ass. That's how hard he showed his ass. Like, he was so fucking embarrassed. As you should be. When he stood up, Jamila, in my face, and I said, I don't even want to put that part on the TikTok while I'm on this boat because I'm scared. I need to be.
What does a little brick look like? Like,
it was like this. So it was on his thing, and then it was a little bit curved, but it was coming into his stomach.
Curved upward?
Yeah, no, it was like curved up. So I could see that it wasn't big. But it was like sticking up this way, going into like his belly button essentially.
So he's just poking himself.
Yes. So, but it wasn't like he had on like the bloomer shorts. They were kind of loose, so it turned into like a parachute. So that's how you could really tell that it was not that big because he wasn't hanging all down in here. He was,
and it would have hit that thigh.
Thigh, and the parachute would have been out this way. But the parachute was only from this length to this length, and it was little. It was a lot going on.
A 4-incher.
It was a lot.
Yeah. That's the type that when he pull it out, you'd be like, "Well, I think I just started my period."
I've done that before in real life. I felt so bad because he had ate me out beforehand, though. That was.
Let me tell you, to all the men listening, if you ever in bed with a bitch and y'all things is getting hot and heavy, and you know what I'm saying, y'all kissing and rubbing and touching, and she pull that dick out, and all of a sudden she get a stomach ache, that dick ain't none. It's probably little, probably stank, or both. So
there's somebody for everybody, honestly. It really is.
We ain't just changing our mind like that.
But for me, that's why I asked for dick pics in my adult, because I don't like
Pre-planning.
I don't like pre-planning, and I just feel like it's mean because, you know, that's a body part that you can't really change about yourself. And no, I'm being so dead ass. I be feeling bad. Like,
nah, definitely. And I'm glad I have not been in that specific situation before, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't know.
You don't know how you'd act.
I don't trust in myself that I'm mature enough to act accordingly. I would be the bitch to say, oh my God, I think I just started my period.
And be so obvious.
Or, you know me, I have to pass out or something. Oh. But no shade. And this could be problematic to say, but it is what it is. I can see a big dick from a mile away.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. With the exception of the one time it happened, it hasn't happened again. Now, I will say I have seen some dicks that are smaller. Like, they're not small, but like, what is this, average size? Like, because I'm not going to hold you. The first couple of men I was with, I mean, schlongs. Like, the first couple of dicks I saw in real life were fucking mad.
So you lost your virginity to like a big dick?
You know
Very
this story.
scary.
I lost my virginity and then it hurt so bad. I didn't have sex for like another 9 months. I said, this is terrible.
I mean, I bet.
It was
First time and you going straight to the 9-incher? Hey.
Who the fuck was I? Who the fuck did I think I was? Right? Am I right, guys? I was bugging. And then turned around and got me a sailor who also had a fucking 9-incher. So then it was like... I had to lose all over again. And he was the one who was like, Mecca, like, we have to keep having sex for it to feel good. And I was like, you know, he was right. Eventually. But goddamn.
Yeah, I can spot him. I don't know. I have not been proven
something
wrong
in the way that
yet.
they walk.
It's something about the way they walk. It's
Bow-legged.
something about their nose.
The bridge.
It's something about their forearm. It's something about just the makeup of them, where you just be like, I spy. You're probably in the 7-inch range.
Yes. Okay. So
7. You're about an 8. Yes.
That's what I was saying. So the first couple dudes I was with being 9, when I saw that 7-inch for the first time, I said,
You thought it was
I thought it was little.
Your scale was off.
My scale was off. That was not on him. My scale was off.
Right.
And by the time we got into business, I said, actually, I think I like this better. You know, it's not hitting my cervix every single fucking stroke.
Listen, and you know, now this part B of this conversation, you know, the size queens. Listen, I am not one who would ever say size doesn't matter, it's the emotion in the ocean. I think that's bullshit. I don't want anything that little coming next to me. It actually terrifies me, and I'm so sorry to say that.
Okay.
But at the same time, bitch, I don't want a fucking leg getting pulled out your pants either.
You're not gonna rip me from the rooter to the tutor. Word to August Alsina. That will not be me.
I'm not eating that.
And who is putting that in their
I'm not
mouth?
eating that. Fuck no.
The fuck?
You know, we're gonna stay within a safe range. Well, let's stay within that safe range.
Yeah.
Let's stay there. We don't have to, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to rearrange nothing. Actually, I don't want to be rearranged.
Perfecting your technique. That part. If you're within a certain range, you're good. Now let's perfect the technique. Maybe take a salsa class. It helps. You know, get you some rhythm. Y'all want to do these TikTok right foot, left, baby. Rhythm
is important. But also, you know what's important? Listening to the nonverbal cues.
That clinch, when you feel that?
You know, because being verbal is important. Like, I think, you know, the communication verbally is important. You want to be able to be like, oh, yeah, I like that. No. But also sometimes, you know what's really sexy? When a nigga can pick up what what's being put down and just adjust because they're paying attention. Yeah, let's, pick up what I'm putting down. You got to just readjust, I don't know. I think sometimes men, not even sometimes, a lot of the times men go in that bedroom and do what they want to do. And that's it.
They give you 5 solid strokes. 3 slow, 2 fast.
But they want you to be on top for 10 minutes.
Oh,
I'm not going to do that. I don't work out. My thighs hurt. They burn, yo.
This is what you need to do. Dating someone who is a bit on the bigger side, and maybe the gym bros who have a bit of thigh meat, a bit of chest meat. When you're sitting on them, you have less thigh muscle use. You're really sitting down, and you're simply just that can make or break this how long I spend up there. Because
regardless,
it's
for
lonely.
Me, it's not going to be long. How about that?
It's lonely.
How about that?
It's lonely at
there,
the
I said
top.
it. For me, it won't be that. It won't be that long, regardless. Okay. I don't work out.
Okay.
I am not very muscular. I'll be up there for 2 minutes max, and then I'm nigga. All right, come on now. Shit burns. Shit burns.
What did Alexia say? Performative back shots. I think a lot of it is performative.
And it's funny because I think niggas be overestimating or underestimating how much that shit takes you out of it. Like, I'm not saying that niggas not doing shit. I'm not. But nigga, have you ever tried to ride dick before?
Yeah.
Questions, then he answers. Have you ever tried to bounce so quick? You know what I'm saying? I want you, nigga right now, I want you to do 10 squats on the dick right now.
I was going to say, when they're doing it, theirs is more of an upper body thing. So I think
they work their upper body.
Yeah, so when they're so it's tiring in a different way, which is why I enjoy a good stand-up position. Let's just be comfy for everybody, right? Let's just have the same amount of movement and, throw it back a little bit.
Throw it back just a tad.
And then bring your arm around and do the DJ a little bit, and we'll all be happy.
We want full participation.
Yeah. Not don't half-ass it. Cause me, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm hit a little jingle. You don't one day you don't do that, Jamila. That feel good. It feel like a little massage on them. I'm in that ass when they on top.
I don't say what I do. You know this.
This is something for the game. When they're on top,
I don't do.
If your arm is long enough, you take your hand and you just.
Those who know what I do know what I do.
She gargles balls. Okay.
Like what? Y'all know I'm a virgin, child.
What you know about that gooch?
What? Yo.
It's okay.
We're going to take a break.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
Demonic threat level increasing.
Hold the line! All the power of hell cowering before one man.
id Software presents Doom, The Dark Ages. Available now on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
Rated M for mature.
Ladies, you'll end up shopping for your guy's deodorant, right? So try Degree's Original Cool Rush. You see, last year, Degree changed the formula, and men were mad. One guy even started a petition. So Degree admitted they messed up and brought the Original Cool Rush scent back. It's clean, crisp, and actually smells like someone you want to cuddle. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So toss one in your cart and find out why it's the best-selling men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory.
And we're back. You ever just be having flashbacks randomly?
I was going to say, it's a reason you have a child.
Well,
Evidence.
flashbacks are funny because, and this is going to sound really crazy, but just follow me. Flashbacks will hit you the same way grief will. You will never know.
Never know.
It'll just, like, wait a minute. I wasn't trying to think about that. I swear.
You ever had your coochie throb in church?
Yes.
You be, my God, on today. Jesus.
Just sitting there like, stop. Throbbing to the beat, mind you.
We lift our hands in the sanctuary. We lift our
clench.
Glory.
Be at the grocery store, just walking around, just talking. Hey, yo,
see an eggplant. Everything
down.
reminds me of him.
Be in a meeting, bro. Like, okay,
yes,
listen,
at
like,
work.
all right, bro. Like, I can't. Hey, nobody is around here.
Yeah.
You ain't even like it. It's like, wow. Why does the brain do that to you? Like, why now? You know, like, why now? It's really disrespectful.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I bet you do, because you're a fucking nympho.
I'm actually not. That's the crazy part. I'm not. I'm a working lady. I'm too busy for these type of activities.
The way these episodes go, I want to know what our audience thinks of Mecca. Because last week we was talking about you putting that fucking rose on turbo, bitch. Now we fucking talking about you like your pussy throbs randomly throughout the day. We already know you're a fucking dominatrix. I know that they have an image of you, bitch. They're probably like, this bitch Mecca is freaked the fuck out. And you know what they think of Jamila? Jamila don't even got the pussy on her. Jamila's a Barbie doll. That shit it's nothing down there. It's smooth like a shoulder. I don't even have that on me.
Didn't you give vaginal birth? They don't think that.
Hey, they lend it to you when you need it.
Please. You know what? I think you guys think? Honestly, the women who try and hide and don't say anything are the most freaked out. Like, we all know that. That's why it's funny that Jamila, I'm the Barbie doll. Yeah, okay. And she's small. She's probably getting picked up and thrown against the wall like some wet fucking noodles, bro. Probably be holding Jamila by her fucking leg. Like, yeah. They could probably be, you be upside down sucking dick. You know you only 4 feet tall. Girl, shut up. Yo. Oh, and that would be with an average size motherfucker. Imagine someone who's tall as shit. It's just yeah.
So,
that John crazy.
So guys,
Jamila, I know you had a question.
What do you guys eat for breakfast?
What do you guys eat for breakfast? Yeah, okay, girl. That's why she don't even gotta bend down to lick the gooch. She just stand there.
I am a respectable.
Respectable. Exactly what men want women to be, honestly. Virgins act like they're virgins in public. She's like perfect for the patriarchy.
You know what? Well, like I said, those who know. But anyways, what fictional characters have you ever had a crush on?
Mind you, we were supposed to ask that how many minutes ago? 30 fucking minutes ago?
Somehow sex always derails us.
Y'all,
am I surprised?
Literally every time, every Monday, Melisa gets on and says, what are we going to talk about? We have one little fucking topic that we say, we're going to talk about this. And then, we'll get off. And then we have to bring it up at some point.
It takes us 45 minutes to get there.
And so what we wanted to talk about today was what fictional characters have you had a crush on? I made a list, but I don't want to open my phone. I want to go off the dome. So I had a crush on Hercules from the Hercules movie. For obvious reasons, he was very physically attractive. And then we said we were doing cartoons and real characters. I had a crush.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have. Still
Well,
present
he's
day.
dead, so.
Oh, okay.
I had a crush on Gregory Hines in Waiting to Exhale.
Rest in peace to that tapper.
And you know, he was a dancer. So he was could have gotten some business, child. Had some rhythm.
And you had that crush as a child.
I also, yes. I swear to you, the first time I saw Waiting to Exhale when I was 8 years old, I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. And my mom was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because bitch, what? Okay.
An honorable mention. My true sexual awakening though was Corbin Bleu in High School Musical.
Classic.
He definitely influenced my biracial phase, which lasted a minute.
Which lasted a good minute. Yeah. I met you in your biracial phase, actually.
You know, did you see where Anthony, when he was terrorizing you and about not coming to fuck with him in DC, he was in my comments talking about like, I know there are several dark-skinned men in the gym who are like working out their feelings over what you put them through. And I said, there's some yeller fellas in there too, though. You didn't meet me in my young days. I was sending.
All I'm gonna say is the DC block was hot, so
she didn't want to be in the streets.
But anyways, fictional characters that I was attracted to. What's his name? 5 Cent on Penny Proud. Was it 5 Cent?
He would. No, it was 5 Cent. He was a nickel.
I had the biggest crush on him. I know that was Omarion. And I knew that it was Omarion voicing him because I was also really heavily attracted to Omarion.
So that's why.
So I was attracted to his cartoon character as well. Like I just thought that his cartoon character was so fly. Like he was the rapper. He just had all the things. And I was definitely attracted to him. And I wanted a piece. I wanted to become a cartoon for him.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
It was 15
Cent. Yeah. 15 Cent. I wanted me a piece of him.
Okay.
Let me think about who else. Oh, the fucking granddad from 17 again could still to this day.
And he looks good in real life. He still looks like that.
Yeah, fine.
He looks the fuck.
The jawline, the baby face. Oh. And I've said this on TikTok before. And everybody thought it was so funny, but I was being dead the fuck serious. I didn't think this was going to be a funny thing to say, but my sexual awakening was actually Michael Ealy. And I know everybody was,
in what movie?
Up in arms when he threw them kids out the window. But I was introduced to him as TK in Their Eyes Are Watching God.
Okay.
And the sexual chemistry between him and Halle Berry. I felt like I was watching a porno at that age.
I'm crying.
I was like 7. I felt like I was watching porn because that's how much tension they had on screen. And I felt things and I wanted to be Halle Berry. I wanted to eat that lemon.
You're feeling things now.
Even when he had the rabies, I wanted rabies. Like I wanted him to bite me.
That's disgusting.
Then when he was on Barbershop, oh my God. Him with that bandana in Barbershop.
Oh, I had one more.
Oh.
Did you ever see the live action Peter Pan movie? Well, that came out when we were kids.
No.
You've never seen the live action Peter Pan from 2003? Like, seriously, it was a huge movie. It was a huge deal.
Didn't watch it. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, go on.
For everyone who is cultured, I guess, and saw the live action Peter Pan movie in 2003, the little white boy who played Peter Pan, I had a huge crush on him. I thought he was so cute. And then it was like the early 2000s. So they did that thing with his hair. It was blonde, but it was like little messy and kind of stringy like Justin Timberlake. White boys should kind of bring that back. That kind of ate.
I want the white boys to bring back being white boys.
Well, yes.
I want them to have the Dude, I want them to have those flip overs. I want them to have those bowl
They've been doing
cuts. I want
them
them to have it.
curly cues from the 50s lately.
Yeah,
I
don't
saw
want
a
the
lot.
greaser,
Oh,
though.
I was gonna say that's but it's crazy because it's like that haircut, but they don't like grease it. They just they do put hairspray on it to make it like lay. I saw a lot of that on the cruise. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah. I want my 2003 white boys back.
You hear me? Talking about a very...
I want you niggas back. Well, not niggas, but you know what I'm saying? I want y'all back. Like, I really be missing my 03 white boys. Like, damn. Y'all used to be white.
But it ain't no lie, baby. Bye.
Y'all used to have the shell necklaces.
I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you and your beautiful fire. Okay, but then Jesse McCartney's wig of face ate too. I said, I'm leaving.
I love it.
Never to go back again. Yeah.
I want them to get back into
their roots. You said this on TikTok, Jamila. The white people don't be taking their wig of face seriously no more.
They don't take seriously. They're doing a lot of wiggering without wigger music, and that was the most important part.
You had to be making R&B to participate in the wiggering, and y'all are wiggering while still singing.
It's popular. It's popular to hate Justin Timberlake now, and I get it. We know all the things that he's done, but 2005, 2006, Justin motherfucking Timberlake, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you young bitches is talking about.
I'm bringing sexy back.
That nigga was on stage with Mike Jack. You already know how I get about him.
He
was a wigger for a while.
You see what you're working with?
He damn near had a 15-year wigger
run.
run.
I was going to say, he was a wigger for a minute. Like, to the point where when he got married to Jessica Biel, I said, no.
Yeah, like,
you're still into white women?
No black.
I was going to say, you've been a wigger for so long. What the fuck is going on?
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you forget.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really forget. Like, oh, shit.
But now
I forgot she was white. He was so in our
how do you think he even ended up on stage with Janet Jackson? That's how hard he was wiggering.
He was one of them ones.
Yeah.
He was one of them ones. And it's crazy. Like, I think the new kids forget about our pop stars and how they used to be real pop stars back in the day, because now being a pop star is so different. Like, you can't even be a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, Doechii was yelling about a fucking umbrella and everybody was making it into a thing. And while, let me listen, I agree that being rude to staff is wrong, right? However, God forbid a bitch be a diva.
We're going to take a break.
Experience a progressive lens engineered with AI from Essilor, powered by individual measurements of your visual behavior. A lens personalized to you by an Essilor expert. Discover Verilux XR Track and enjoy instantly sharp vision in motion and seamless transitions from near to far. Find your local Essilor expert today at Essilor.com.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
And we're back.
God forbid we bring divas back. Where is our divanism? Where are our pop stars being bitches and cunts? Pop stars used to come out the hotel and smack a paparazzi in their fucking face, pussy out and everything.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're losing
They were
recipes.
also on
and
coke.
and we never said it was morally right. We never said that. I just said I want my culture back.
But you know what? When I
That's all
think
I
about the
said.
most like iconic divas, like when I think of diva, I think of Diana Ross, Whitney Houston,
For sure.
Mariah Carey. Now, here's what I think is the key. They would have diva moments that more so had to do with how they were divas because of the fact that they were perceived. I know how y'all get about MC. Perceived Black women at a time in which motherfuckers treated Black people any old type of way. So here's the thing with them three women that I just named. When they would meet people on the street, you hear people talk all the time about how nice Whitney Houston was. When you meet Mariah Carey, she's so sweet. Diana Ross was a sweetheart. They were divas with them white people who were trying it. And I think that is why we remember their divaism in a certain way. They were divas of the people, which is why they get this diva status. They weren't necessarily bitchy. Where I do remember, and even with Naomi Campbell is a bitch, but Naomi Campbell was a dark-skinned Black model at a point in time where there were not a lot of us. So even that was exactly, girl. Them white people trying you exactly.
And it's like, what do you want me to say about Naomi Campbell being a bitch?
Do you get what I'm saying? That's why it was like...
She's Naomi Campbell.
I'm not going to argue with you about Naomi Campbell being a bitch. Yeah, I mean, sure. Whatever. Okay.
And you know, another part about it I liked specifically with our divas being a little bitchy was specifically the way they would interact with each other. That right there, because right now, the girls don't know how to be shady for real without it being beef. All of those ladies were real life close, right? We already know that Aretha and Patty were friends, but there was a level of competition. There was a level of bitchiness.
And Luther was the most shadiest bitch of them all. And Luther would...
Because he was everybody's good Judy.
And Luther would, when you hear the stories, Luther would do shit like they had all rehearsed something one way, and then Luther would do it different and do it extra. And it would be like, oh, you knew you wasn't supposed to do that.
Like, that's what I miss. And you know what? I think what it is also, when everybody was coming up in the gang years and years ago, there was a certain class, right? There was like, this is the new class of newcomers, and they're coming up together. They're on tour together. They're on similar labels, if not the same labels. So they were literally
always together,
curating and cultivating friendships and stuff. Now there's so many different labels. There's so many different branches, and they're not really coming up together. The only time they really see each other is during these big events. So then on top of that, we have this stan culture. So it's feuding into these beefs. So when they see each other, it's awkward, and that feuds into it versus coming up together and really like coming up together and still being able to have those shady moments. Because we watched as these ladies would be shady as fuck in their interviews to each other, but they would still bring each other up. They would still go on to each other. They would still like support each other. It was just a different level of like camaraderie with the people.
I fear with stan culture, we've lost the true Kikiism. And we can take this back to like me and how the internet reacted to me trying to kiki about the Cowboy Carter fits. Because I said this in my video. I was shocked. I didn't think anyone thought I was really being mean. I thought we were having a kiki. Like, first of all, being from California, and let me give a bit more backstory. I like camp shit. I like the extra shit. That's number one. I had not seen that. But then number two, we know how Southerners talk about California, especially when it comes to like this Western trend of dress. And being in the mix and hearing, oh, like, what did we say? Y'all are wearing it like it's a costume where it can be worn as, like, people really go out like this. Like, you go to the Zydeco, you go to the rodeo, people really dress like this. Whereas over here, it's like, this is a costume, this is cosplay, and it comes off different with different people. So I, even in my video, if you were watching it in good faith, I said, oh my God, California, y'all know the Southerners think we can't dress. You know, the Southerners think we don't know what the hell going on. Come on, y'all, let's bring it. Like, I thought we was having a cute kiki together, and that's different than laughing at someone. And I feel like we've lost that, even being able to tell when someone's just trying to be, hey girl, blah, 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 blah.
because the stan culture, and what's crazy is I watch it happen on Twitter, like, you know, something like the Met Gala would happen, right? And of course, everybody's commenting on everybody's looks, but because we have this like stan culture, these stan accounts, what they'll do is they'll take one person's outfit, and instead of just saying, oh, I didn't like the outfit or I did like the outfit, they'll add something into it. Oh my gosh, I can see that this evil bitch is that. So then it creates a whole other spawn of like bullshit, and it just happens with everything. Even when the girls aren't arguing, the girls aren't fighting, they're going to make them argue and make them fight because they're like feeding into shit that never happened. So it's like we can't even really like enjoy these little moments the same way we used to, because I remember it hasn't been that long where we've experienced this weird stan culture. Like it wasn't always like this. Like I remember vividly probably as little as 5 years ago where we were able to literally just enjoy these artists coming up, like, and just experiencing them as artists, you know, being within their own, you know, ecosystem of the industry. And we'll see, even if they have like beefs or they have little things, we can enjoy it and like experience it without it becoming this whole big ass thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's annoying. It is. But, you know, the parlay, the kiki, I know you're an avid watcher of Drag Race. And I think if you need to reference what we're talking about, them queens don't really be beefing with each other when they're like going back and forth. They don't like they're friends for real. Like this is fake.
And this is my ministry because, and you can literally use Drag Race as an example, like you said, because it's been on the air for so long. You can see a difference in the seasons, in like, I can't remember exactly what season number it is, but the people watching, y'all know there's a shift that happens because of what happens on Stan Twitter. The girls kiki back and forth and shade each other down all season long. But then because of Stan Twitter, the white gays on Stan Twitter will get on there and make everything such a big fucking issue and want to send death threats and all this other bullshit that it has desensitized and watered down the later seasons. The girls don't even want to be fucking shady online anymore. I mean, on screen anymore, because they're afraid of the fucking stan culture. Them niggas be doing too motherfucking much. And it's so annoying. Like, they can't say or do anything without Stan Twitter, Stan internet adding their fucking 2 cents and being fucking weird. Like, oh my God, it's annoying.
Well, maybe one day we'll get back to the days of old. But honestly, stan culture has always existed in one way or another. Rivalries have always existed in one way or another. If you think of Joan Crawford and is it Betty Davis had an iconic rivalry that lasted decades. When they both were at the latter ends of their careers, they ended up doing shows together and becoming cordial. So it's like, it's something that's always been a part of the industry in terms of like even.
And I wanted to keep going.
I wanted to keep going. It is it's fun. Like that's exactly what I said. What I said on TikTok. It's fun. Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston shading each other with a good kiki was always done in good faith, and it was fun. And then they would be behind the scenes and they really were cool. Like it is what it is. It's fine. Same with Aretha and Patty. Like, it was a good kiki. We talk about it to this day. Let the girls be relatively shady in peace, because there is a point that is too far. Like, and we all know what a good kiki is. And then when you're going for the gutter, and that's the other problem. Stans always want to go for the gutter, and it's like, no, respond to a light shade with light shade. Like, it's fine.
Right.
It's a tennis match.
Like the reads need to be equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you talking about my dead mama?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the girls don't know how to play tennis and parlay anymore. They wanna bring a gun to the fight. And it's like, well, then I don't want to watch the fight. I'm not gonna come because I don't want to get shot. The point is I wanted to watch the sportsmanship of it.
And to make it relevant to us as we are entering into a new level of our platform, and thus our industry is
expanding,
is changing. I think it's also important for people within your industry and your same platform level to not also feed into and engage in those things as well. We are constituents, right? We are coworkers. Why are you feeding into things that the stands encourage?
You know what? That's been I try and give grace with that. I try and give grace because I do think it's very obvious, especially post fake ass TikTok ban, who is taking this serious and who is going to continue to elevate and who's going to, stay just on TikTok. And just staying on TikTok is fine. I'm not shitting on anyone. Yeah. But like with any career and industry, you start learning that it's small. And you can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like anything else. You're not going to go to your job.
We're going to see each other in real life.
You're not going to go to your job and talk shit.
As we're going to these events and stuff, we're going to be around each other. Think about how that's going to play into things as you continue to branch out in this career. Yeah. And you're, contributing to these negative conversations. And I mean, that doesn't mean you can't contribute to conversations, but think about the way in which you, because if I know that you participate in a conversation in good faith, it is what it is. Everything's fair game. But if I know that you were just being messy and stuff, how is that going to play into it when you're now surrounded by your peers in these spaces? I think it's weird. It's gonna.
I will say, being the more and coming up from TikTok and taking the avenue that we have particularly taken, it's like we weren't thrown into the industry and we weren't thrown into the politics immediately. Like we're getting it breadcrumbed to us. And it's like as a civilian, a fishbowl outside looking in, you hear about these politics and you don't really understand it. And then as you're walking through, you're saying, oh, I see it. Okay, like this. You're like, okay, so this person said something crazy as fuck about you, and this is just this is just what's happening. I see. And so because of that, absolutely, even when I feel like it, and honestly, I feel like for me personally, especially with as long as I've been on TikTok, I honestly feel like it's obvious. Like the way I participate in certain conversations, I think that, like you said, everything's fair game. If it's the topic on TikTok, we're all allowed to talk about it. I don't think it's off limits. But I think when you start getting very personal and you start playing into that shit that, if you're just going to be a TikToker, you're just going to be a TikToker. But when you start talking shit about people specifically, and I mean, you're talking heavy shit, who's to say you don't see that? Because I'm going to be honest, I see a lot of shit.
And who else sees it?
And who else? Like, that's what I'm saying. I see a lot of shit. And
the people who make decisions who don't have platforms.
And that's just some free game we've been given. Y'all, if you have over a certain follower count and you really want to go somewhere, watch not what you saying, watch how you saying certain things, y'all, for real, because they are watching us. And it is directly playing into how they are picking who they're bringing up and who they're not. Like, I'm trying to be good faith. Good faith.
This is
good faith.
This is game. Y'all better listen.
And we are privileged enough to have a team behind us at this point. So we're getting this from what they telling the people, like, oh yeah, da da da. This is not blowing smoke up your ass. Be cool. Yeah. And some of the drama of TikTok, again, and this is only if you want to elevate. Some of that stuff you don't need to participate in every conversation. And I'll leave it there. And we could spin it.
Clock it.
Was that you or Melissa who said that? You sounded, no, I was going to say, that sounded like Melissa. Clock it.
We're going to take a break.
5 immersive worlds, 1 amazing theme park. Get ready to explore the all-new Universal Epic Universe, featuring the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Dark Universe. Epic Universe opens May 22nd at Universal Orlando Resort. Our universe will never be the same. Tickets and packages on sale now at universalorlando.com.
The rural way of life is about making everyone feel at home. Tractor Supply chose advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to transform intelligent customer service. Together, we put the power of AI to work across 2,200 stores, keeping things running seamlessly inside, curbside, and countryside. This is elevated customer experience. This is Tractor Supply with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
And we're back.
Welcome to our segment, Spin It. This is where Jamila and I take your lowdown, your nasty, gutter snipe, messy situations, and we give them a PR spin. Now, full disclosure, Jamila and I are not PR professionals. We just studied communications in undergrad, and we love the hustle. So if you want us to put a spin on your sitch, don't forget to email at unhingedandimoralpod@gmail.com. Be sure to include your ages, your genders, and your races, because these things matter. Jamila, what do we have this week?
All right. Hi, ladies. I love the show. I have a 1-year-old son, and watching you ladies has definitely helped me through the postpartum blues. Okay, period. My son's father is 36, and I am 33. We have been together for 4 years, and it's the point where I feel like it's over. We are definitely just roommates at this point. It feels like everything I do irritates him, and he doesn't want to be around me. I, too, am a yapper, and he can't stand it. We live away from family and friends and don't have much time to ourselves without a village. He is also having money issues and isn't contributing to the house much. The financial stress and arguments have become too much, but I'm not sure if I should walk away. I don't want to move back to California with my family, but it seems to be my only choice. Should I stick it out? Is it just the struggles of being new parents, or am I lying to myself? It's so hard to take my son away from his father. Help your girl out.
Ooh, I think mommy should take a gander at this.
Mommy to mommy. How you experience your pregnancy and that first year postpartum with your significant other will tell you every motherfucking thing. And if you're telling me that you feel like he don't even like you at this point, everything you do irritates him, take that and run with it. Mm-hmm. There's this misconception that happens when you get pregnant, and I understand it wholeheartedly, that, oh, well, this is just because of this, and if I can just stick it out, and I really want my child to have both parents in the home, let me. Don't listen to that voice. That voice is the devil. Oh. If it's not working out, it's just not working out. You can have a sustainable life while being a single mother. Your child can have an amazing life while being and living in two separate areas, right? By having a co-parenting situation. Co-parenting is possible if you have a person who is willing to co-parent with you. Now, as I understand, you're thinking about moving completely to different states. That's going to obviously drastically change what your co-parenting look like. But I think you should start having those conversations. You need to figure that out, because your mental health is not worth it. I'm telling you, you keep thinking that it's better for your child. It's not. It's never better to leave your child in a fucked up situation with both their parents in the house versus two parents happy separately. I don't care. I don't care how old the kid is, whether the kid was 1 or fucking 17. If you're happier separate, then fucking separate. Leave that. And then you said he's not even financially contributing as much. Oh, bitch, that nigga's getting comfortable and he hates your guts. Leave that nigga alone. Ew. And he's 36. You're fucking 36.
I feel like every week we tell you guys to leave that nigga.
I would love men. Do y'all have any situations that y'all? I feel like this is turning into a misandry. This is turning into very much misandry, but y'all don't understand the shit that y'all are sending us. It's like,
leave that nigga.
Leave that nigga. What the fuck?
I'll add this as a child of divorce myself. It was very clear to me that my parents should have got divorced long before they did. And I wasn't happy when my parents got divorced. I don't think that any child, your baby's young enough that they haven't had both kids in the home. I was gonna say, they won't even know. But I mean, for me, it happened when I was in middle school, and my dad moved he moved back to San Francisco. So I had the understanding that I was no longer going to be seeing my dad every day like I was accustomed to, and be able to interact with him every day That was the part that was like making me sad, not the part about my parents being together in a relationship. Because to be quite honest, they at that point were like, they're arguing all the time. It's not fun as a kid to watch. Y'all don't sleep in the same room. Like, this is bullshit. And your kid can't, like, I think that so often we know how smart kids are and we know that they can perceive things and they know what's going on. I just think that as parents, we're often blinded by the love for our kids and we want to do what's best for them. And you think what's best for them is a 2-parent household. But I'm just saying, as that kid, watching your parents interact in like a dysfunctional romantic relationship is shitty. And it's like, you be knowing like, y'all should break up. You know, like it'd be like, y'all shouldn't be together. Yeah. The part, it really be coming down to like, I want my parents together because I want what comes with my parents being together. We're all in the same house. I can go talk to you when I want to. I can go do this. But like I said, my parents had slept in separate bedrooms for years before they got divorced. So I didn't even really, and they were not affectionate in front of us to begin with. So I had never even really perceived them to be like romantic. Like, I'll be honest, the first time I met Jamila's parents, I was like, what the fuck? Get a fucking room. God, I've never seen anything like this in my life. They don't just like each other. They're clearly having active sexual life. Oh,
you're touching.
Fucking get me up.
Mecca came to Georgia and got a full culture shock.
They cook every night for each other. They're constantly lovey-dovey. Mind you, again, even when my parents were happy, they were not affectionate. So it's like, oh my God.
That is so fucking
So
funny.
I'm saying that to say, leave that nigga today.
Yeah, you gotta
just go ahead and leave.
Unfortunately, you have to.
And he's broke.
It doesn't have to be, a crazy situation. Like, you don't have to cuss the nigga out if it don't call for that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to maintain like a healthy situation. Like, if y'all can like come, have a nigga, you done. You done, I'm done. Come on, nigga, what's next?
Yeah.
Like, come on. And if he's at least willing to be a good dad, then see that through. But you know what I say? The nigga's not. Put him on papers. But if he's willing to be a good dad, go ahead and work that out. Figure out what that co-parenting situation is going to look like. And go be great in your lavender. And that doesn't also necessarily mean you have to move back to California with your family. If that's the best move for you to make, then do that. But if you want to stay in that fucking city that you've cultivated right there, bitch, you can do that too.
It sounded,
you don't have to run away from that nigga.
It sounded like the move to California more had to, because she said they didn't have any support or a village. And since she has the newborn, that's what it was giving to me. Which that part makes sense.
And that makes sense. But if you are going to be co-parenting and you move 10 minutes away from that nigga or whatever, tell that nigga to watch his kid. Actually, it's not even watching your kid. It's your turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say you got to figure out what makes the most sense. Now, again, you have to make the best decision for you and your child, because I know just how things are going to go. You're going to become the custodial parent. 9 times out of 10, the mom becomes the custodial parent, which means you make those decisions. And so it really just comes down to how active is he going to be in this kid's life and what type of support you really need. And is it beneficial for you? Like, is it more beneficial for you to stay in that area because of work, because of friends, whatever? Or is it more beneficial for you to move back in with your parents? Whatever that is, bitch, do that. And your baby will thank you later.
You know what? I've had in my life, I have seen some very active single fathers. And this has definitely shaped my opinion. If that nigga's not doing enough, I agree with Jamila, put him on papers. But I'm gonna do something different. Give him the chance to do something. I can only go off what I've seen, and fortunately for me, the fellas I know have stepped up and seem to be very active. The one I'm thinking of is like always with his kid, like always, like whenever mom calls, come get him. He's there, and I think you actually have a lot of single dads who are like that. Good on our generation for really changing that narrative, because I do see a lot of like my peers and like age range who have children who are really active with their kids. Like, seriously. So, you know, if he's that type,
you don't want to go to court.
Yeah,
if you don't
no,
have
I was
to.
going to say the court thing that can be a lot. I've seen that as well. So if you're able to squash it between each other, definitely do that. But then also, just to throw this out here to like a bit prepare you, I think if he's treating you like he hates you while you have a newborn, I don't think it will go as smoothly. Because I think that's the sign of a person. I think when men are mean and you have a new baby, I think that tells you what you need to know. So I would just take that and prepare accordingly.
Sorry to say that, sister. And you're 33, you have like you still have the opportunity and the time to like find a new
I was gonna
nigga,
say, and
you know?
your baby's
like,
a newborn. You can get him a
33 is
fucking
young.
new dad by tomorrow. Seriously. That family will be blended as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it.
Hello.
Yeah, leave that nigga. Long to the short, leave that nigga.
Yeah, moral of the story is leave that nigga where he is. Okay, go get you another one. And that goes out. Now let me put this is my part B. To all of y'all who are writing your spin-ins right now, if it is relationship related, I want you to reread it and listen to us in your head.
Leave that nigga
before you send it.
Hear me say.
Did you really need it? Unless you just wanted us to tell you, I want you to just read that, spin it out loud to yourself and be like, yeah, you're right. You know what we gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say I don't want y'all to send us your relationship spinners because I enjoy them. But I think that some of them, it's like, damn, wait a minute, guys. Now that I think about it, do we need to have an episode dedicated to men? Because the way that all of these letters are redundant.
I thought you were going to say
there's an epidemic.
Yeah.
There's an epidemic.
There is. Maybe that'll be next week. Maybe we'll put that.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah. And summer's coming.
I hear you, sisters.
We need to prepare accordingly.
I hear you. We need to. And thank you. You know what? That we answered our own question. We have to prepare our ladies for summer. That'll be our next topic because my God. Yeah.
Leave that
Very
nigga.
scary.
That's the song of the summer. Well,
leave that nigga.
Let's read these comments.
All righty. Make sure you guys are continually engaging with the podcast, y'all. We love reading your comments. We love hearing your thoughts and opinions. But most of all, the engagement helps our engagement, which helps our money go up. We love transparency here at Unhinged Immoral. We are asking for your views. All right. Let's get to the Spotify comments. At Kenzie B says, I used to play Subway Surfers while listening to audiobook like them Reddit stories. It helped. I don't even know what the fuck that is referring to, but I thank you for your comment.
You were talking about how you can't listen to audiobooks because you can't focus.
Oh, you see, I don't remember what I be saying, y'all, but period, yes. At Natural Days says, feel free to have longer episodes. Girl, not y'all want us talking for 8 hours.
Ciao.
VB_B says, I really love how y'all can kiki and drop so many gems in a single episode because it's really a lost art. I definitely feel what y'all said about continuing community because my family has told me that I'm going to be the house we all come to for the cookouts and holidays after all the elders pass away. Mind you, I got at least 15 cousins older than me. It be like that. It's not always about the age. It's about who can really host though. So, I mean,
that's
be like
a compliment though. That really is.
Yeah, that's a high compliment. The Lord Douglas says, the sermon on community was very much needed. Love y'all deep from Australia. I mate.
No, it's crikey. Okay, that was, isn't it? Crikey.
They say mate too.
Crikey, mate. Oh, yeah.
I mate.
Steve Irwin. May he rest in peace.
All right. Rest in peace to that
Fuck
man.
stingrays.
SC Bookie says, Got me over here tearing up because y'all spoke life into me, talking about being who you are and people's opinions and perception of you. I needed this right now. Thank you so much. I know who I am and what I'm going to do, so there's no point in allowing others that don't matter to stop me.
I know that's fucking right.
Yeah, I think I'm dyslexic.
Girl, they're going to start trying to...
I read those words backwards.
Eugenics you in a second. She should have never been born.
Okay, read them damn YouTube.
All right, y'all. I'm taking it over to YouTube. And 3709 Nanny said, my favorite read is when Nene said, now wait a second, glasses. Mitcho 223 said the title is firing me. And it was the stubby body bitch in the art of the clapback. ISTM.podcast said, I knew exactly what housewife quote Jamila used when she said, sometime you have to read someone for filth. I don't even remember, like she said, we be talking so much. Yes. Oh, that was, to buy a pizza and a Coke. Tay Victoria 222 said, this is absolutely my favorite episode thus far. Y'all's maturity, self-love, and love of community really poured into it. Super inspiring. Thank you. Act Stories said, love the conversation about aging and community. For that, I've been learning how to cook Thanksgiving sides because my aunties are getting tired of holding it down each year. It's on us to keep the bus moving with tradition and strengthening the community. Exactly. And that was a point. Even on TikTok, some people were missing the message with, again, the auntie word, and that get the actual message, please. And Travis Sante 11. Shit, they gonna eugenics me next, child. Travis said, now wait a second, glasses is one of my favorite Real Housewives of Atlanta sneaky little reads. I be telling y'all the best reads.
Housewives of Atlanta is just
the best reads
amazing.
Be when it's
simple,
and it's true. Like now, because if someone said, now wait a minute, glasses to me, I'm finna. What I'm supposed to say?
Make sure y'all keep engaging with the content, y'all. We are really enjoying doing this, and we have so much in store for you guys. Have you guys checked out the merch? We've seen a couple orders coming through for that merch, y'all.
Unhinged.
Y'all liking it? We want to see some more. Let's double it and let's triple it and quadruple it. Make sure y'all are sending y'all merch in. I did add another item on there as well, some tumblers.
And it's unhingedandimmoral.com. You can order your merch through there. Don't forget to subscribe to our Patreons. We have our separate YouTube channels. Honestly, if you follow us on any social media platform, we have all of our joint stuff and our separate stuff in our link tree. I've been getting really deep into my Amazon storefront, especially since the fashions are coming up.
I'm trying to get better at it.
It's fun.
I'm definitely trying to get better.
I be on there enough. Well, I think those are the only. What's the next one?
Another really important church announcement. If you guys are a supporter of me, then you know all of my many, many ventures. Y'all know I wear 18 million hats. And something that I've recently been doing is being in artist management. My artist, known as Audie, which you all know and love because she does the song, the intro song to our podcast, the theme song to our podcast right there. Not only is that song streamable, which you should be streaming, but she just dropped her first EP, y'all. Audemars. So y'all have to go check it out. It is such a great piece of work, and I don't say that to be biased. I am so serious. It is so good. So make sure you guys stream Audemars everywhere you get your music. We'll have some exciting things coming her way as well. Of course, I'll be sure to
let y'all know what's going on.
And
if you're on YouTube, check out my book club. I'm reading The Matriarch. I'm going to finish this week. So, I think that's it.
Unhinged and Immoral is hosted by Jamila Bell and Mecca.
Produced by Melisa D. Monts and Diamond MPrint Productions.
Post-production by Coco, Llorens.
Production assistant by Melanie D. Watson.
Music by Audie and Brooklyn Billionaires.
And graphics by Claudia, Choi.